Hi there, it's David Young, the Resourceful Coach, and what we're going to look at today, a little bit of the mind side of the game, and for me, probably the thing that made the biggest difference to my game, and I will guarantee if you take this mindset, you will improve your game. So what we're going to look at is, for me, every shot I play is an opportunity to play the best shot. And I think what's really important, that whenever you're playing, you're really developing your game. Unless you're at a very high level, you're in competition, the chances are there is always a chance to improve. Okay, and I even think when you look at the top players, they're still striving for that greatness. That's what we're looking for. So we're looking to develop your game. So what we're going to do today, we're just going to play one hole. We're going to play what is the 12th hole here at Corinthians. It's a 300-yard par 4, but I'm just going to create some random shots. And I'm going to talk you through what I do when I come across those shots. Some will be good, some won't be so good. But I always look at it and think there are times in your round where even if you're in a bad place, it's how you manage yourself, manage your game, and give yourself the opportunity to make a score. It's very easy playing golf if you keep hitting the fairway every time off the tee, if you keep moving it down the hole nicely onto the green and two putt. That's very easy. What happens when you don't end up in that position? But we'll show you both scenarios, okay? I don't know what's going to happen as I hit this tee shot, so we're going to play the hole, see where it ends up. We'll play the shot from where it is, but as we go along, we will create some different scenarios to say, this is what I would do in that situation. So, opportunity here. I'm just taking a hybrid, as I said, 300-yard hole. I'd like to hit up towards the marker post with a little soft draw, and that will take me down the hole, which should lead me then something like a wedge into the green. Quite a strong wind. You might hear that on the microphone today. Let's give it a go. Well, not the best of strikes, but it's on the right line. And it'll allow me to do what I want. And that's the key thing. If you're standing there thinking, what's the opportunity, what's the chance? Even like that one where I caught it a little bit thin off the tee, it still ended up okay. But let's go and see where we've ended up, and then we'll start creating some different scenarios for you to learn from. So here's where we ended up. It wasn't the perfect shot, it was a little bit thin off the tee, 300-yard hole. We're now left with about 135 yards to go. So as I said, not great, bit into the wind, it went 170 yards. But it's not the end of the world. But this is one of the things I see golfers do badly. They'll hit a shot like that, expecting it maybe to go 200, be only 100 in, and already they're getting down and say, oh, I didn't hit a perfect shot, I hit a terrible shot. So what they do then, they're in a bad frame of mind as they go to the shot. It's the challenge of the next shot. Every shot is an opportunity. This is just going to be a mid-iron shot into the green. It's a shot that I know how to play. It's getting myself to play it and commit to the idea as I go through it. So it doesn't matter if this was a different hole, it's just understanding what I've got. So playing that shot into the green, it's just what it is. I think that's the key thing. It's an opportunity to hit this one well. That's the goal. Coming around nicely on the wind. Yep, middle of the green. Exactly what I want. So although it wasn't the perfect tee shot, I've then recovered really nicely because I didn't get upset, and it's the opportunity of playing this shot well. So here's our next shot, and we've just created a scenario. I might have pulled that tee shot off that particular tee, gone into the trees, and it's now about the opportunity. It's about developing your skills. So although I may not be happy to be in this position, it's the challenge now that on this par 4, could I get it down short of the water, chip it over and maybe make my putt and still get out of here with a 4. But it's the challenge of this shot. We're in the rough, little bit of a scrappy lie. We've got probably 20 yards ahead of us. We've got an overhanging tree, which is only 15 feet up in the air. We've got to get it under that. We need to go around about 80, 90 yards. So it's looking at that. And again, this may be the last hole in a club competition. You're 5 under your handicap. How do you get this down the hole? Maybe make a bogey and maintain that score. So every shot is a great opportunity to learn something. So what have I got? I've got an A-time. I'm going to play it slightly off my back foot to keep it lower. I want to get that ball punching through. Mentally, I want to see it go low, about head height, so it goes under the trees, land about 40 yards and then run down the fairway. That's the picture. That's the shot, that's the skill I'm looking to play. Right off my back foot, keep it low, punch it down, and that's running down nicely. Should end up still on the fairway, yep. And we'll have about a 50-yard pitch going over the water. So I didn't get frustrated. What I did was I loved the challenge of that shot, and executed it really well to give myself a chance. I haven't compounded the problem. I'd get people in here trying to see, is there a gap in the trees? No, just push it down the hole, give yourself a chance, play on from there. So here's where that shot out of the trees finished, and we've got another challenge in front of us. This hole, we've got a pond to go over, okay? So we've left ourselves about a 50-yard shot. But to be honest, that's what the tee shot deserved. But now it's that thrill. Can I get this up and down? Still, can I make a par? From the original ball, I can see the other ball on the green. I've probably got about an 18 to 20 footer for a birdie. But in this situation, it's about, don't compound the problem, make it worse than a bogey, but can we get out of here with a par? That's how I'm looking at it. And it's the fun and the challenge. It's the opportunity. I've still got that chance to do it. So I'm going to draw on previous experiences when I've had similar shots. I'm going to look at it and think, what's the best shot here? I'm just going to play a little gap wedge because I know the greens are quite soft. It's hard to see the bottom of the flag. That's sometimes hard because there's a bush in the way just over the other side of the water. So that can sometimes make it look like the distance that I've got to go is a lot shorter. But what I know is there's a bank behind the hole, a little tier there, so I can be a little bit more positive with it. So again, it's looking at that chance. Get that mindset of what can I do now? What's the best chance I can do? And as I said, draw on those previous experiences to make it happen. Let's see what we can do. It's online. Well, as I said, I gave myself the opportunity. I nearly holed that to get my 3. And that's ended up about 2.5 feet past the hole. We'll take the camera up onto the green, show you where those 2 balls have ended up, so you can see how in different scenarios, how I'm able to keep the mindset correct and get the desired results that I want. So here are 2 results. This was the chip over the water. As we said, look, we're probably 15, 18 inches away. Let's just get the flag out. And because, again, I didn't get stressed, I didn't get upset about the tee shot being in a bad place. And I know we created that tee shot, but you could see how horrible the position was. We've played it out sensibly, we've taken on the challenge, and now we've just got this little tap in to save our par. Brilliant, okay? So that's the important one. That's the one I want you to more look at. The first way, where I hit it, not a great tee shot, still ended up down the middle. We've hit a really nice shot down the hole. We've ended up here. Let's just make sure I repair my pitch mark, which is there. And again, I always look around just in case there's any others. Okay, look at what we've got in the situation that we've got ahead of us, and just go through my green reading method. So again, it's an opportunity. I've got out of jail with the second scenario. Now there's an opportunity. Can I make a birdie? That's what I'd love to do here. So watch my green reading video, but I'm going to go through it with you so you understand what to do. Any little things like leaves and that, get rid of them. Loose impediments, we call them, okay? And I know everything falls towards that bush, but I'm going to pace it out. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 paces, okay, to the hole. From experience, this is quite a slope. We're coming off that bank we talked about when I was doing the pitch over the water. So it's probably about a 3% slope. So 8 times 3 is 24. Where am I relative to the clock face? This is 6 o'clock here going to the bush. I'm coming from about 2 o'clock, which is still 100%. So I'm going to allow 2 feet of break here. Okay, I'm fractionally coming down the hill as well. So 2 feet of break is about 6 hole widths. So I've got to get it up that right side. That's the key thing. But it's an opportunity. It's that mentality of what's the best shot I can hit now. That's what I'm looking at. And it's amazing. You stand over a putt and you think, is that bank going to control it more? But I'm going to trust my ideas. 6 hole widths to the right. Roll it in would be lovely. Stone dead. Let's get another par. It's coming down the slope nicely. Go on. Oh, gave that a great go. Okay, just fell underneath the hole, but I'm never going to be disappointed with that. All the way down there, I thought it had a chance. Didn't quite happen, but you can see playing that hole, and we created an orthodox scenario. That's how I played the hole, how that last ball finished. I drove it only about 170, leaving me about 130, 135 in. In these wet, cold conditions, I actually hit a 7-iron in there, pin high, had about 20 feet, 8 paces, 20 feet, nearly holed it for my 3. Got my 4. We created a scenario. I didn't hit a tee shot into the tree, but we created a horrible position. But rather than try and be greedy and try and do something amazing, I just took the simplest way of playing the hole. And it worked out really well, because what happened was I put it 50 yards from the green, so in front of the water, trusted my previous shots I've played in my golfing life to think, yeah, I can get this close. Admittedly, it was a great shot. It ended up about 15 inches from the hole. We got a 4 from that ball as well. So that's the importance when you're playing, is to just look at each shot. As I said, any situation you get, doesn't matter if it's a 15-inch putt, a chip out the trees, a tee shot, a shot over water, it's developing your skills, and you're doing it all the time. And there'll be that round, I've had a few of them in my life, that you go a sort of stepping stone rounds, as I call them, where you suddenly, it all clicks together, your ability at that time, and suddenly, wow, you shoot 5-6 under your handicap. It's amazing. Okay, then it doesn't seem like you get that round for a while, but as your skills get more and more that way, that becomes your new score, maybe a few months down the line. And then as you develop those skills again, there's the next one. Okay, so those stepping stones, or I call it a little bit, sometimes you're hitting brick walls. You feel like you're improving, bang, you hit the brick wall, you stop. And then what happens is, because you keep this mentality of saying, look, every shot is an opportunity, it's amazing how then you burst through that wall, there's your next level, and that's fine. You want to keep developing those skills as you go along. I hope you enjoyed today's video. If you have, please subscribe to the channel, share this video with your friends, and I look forward to seeing you soon.